guys, well, I'm going to show you guys a few pictures that I am doing for my cousin and my son. But I thought maybe I should do a small little video just for you guys as well, so you guys can have an idea. Do not laugh at my drawing. As you guys know, I am legally blind. And for those who didn't know, yes, I am. And I don't act like it in person. You would never even know it if you was to meet me. So I actually wrote it up. Yeah, I made some scribbles and some scrabbles. Please don't laugh at me. I did. I messed up. Okay, I'm gonna find a way, because I have some papers that I have to do. And as you can see, I messed up my little drawing and stuff. That's supposed to be me laying in the bed, because in the beginning, when I found out that I was diagnosed with NMO and lupus, one of the first things I had to do was plasmapheresis. That was the first thing that they tried on me, and you know, it didn't work. I was still having relapses and stuff like that before I left the hospital when I was just diagnosed. And basically, plasmapheresis, as you can see, is a machine that that basically, if you guys can read it and see what the plasmapheresis does, it's basically a machine that would take out the plasma cells from your body, and which is actually the B cells. And the B cells, as you know, I will go to the next paper and explain to you about those. The B cells in the blood and so forth. And what it does, the plasmapheresis machine is actually a machine that takes out the plasmapheresis cells and then return the blood back into your body. So it's a machine that takes the plasma cells out of your body and then put the blood back into your body. And hopefully for some people that works, and for some people it don't. For me, it did not work. Okay, that's that one. Now, here we are, where we come to, yes, like I said, please don't laugh at my pictures. Where we come to the blood, and then we come to the nerve. Okay, I'm trying to make sure, because I want to make sure okay, all right. So with the blood and the nerve, so we know sorry you guys, yeah, I don't know where I drew it. Yeah. I probably drew it on here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Because this video is not going to be a long one, so I'm trying to make sure I just explain the picture to you real quick. So as you know, right here, I drew the blood, and then the nerves, okay? So I'm just going to try to be real quick, try to hurry up. So you know, this is the blood, where you have the B blood cells and the regular blood. So as you can see, the B blood cells attacks the regular blood. So basically turns out for lupus and NMO, the B blood cells is not good for our body. It attacks our own blood. It attacks the red blood cells. And so basically, as I was telling you guys in the plasmapheresis, it takes out the plasma cells, which is the B blood cells, and it puts in the good blood, puts back the blood back into our body. So basically, this picture just shows you that the B blood cells attacks our red blood cells, which basically our own blood is just basically attacking it's attacking ourselves. So our own blood is not good for us, unfortunately. And that's what's going on with the lupus and the NMO. That's what's alike with, lupus and NMO. They are going through the same thing when it comes to blood. And guess what? Do you know that the B blood cells is actually the cancer cells? The B blood cells are actually cancer cells, if you guys want to know. And then these are the bad nerves for NMO. As you can see, and this is what a normal nerve look like, right here. And this is what a normal nerve look like for NMO, and this is what a bad nerve look like for an NMO patient. If you guys want to know. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm also doing this for this is the video for my cousin and my kids, so they can actually know what's going on with their mom. So you guys can see the video and see what's actually going on. And you can see the table down here. And please excuse my video, my pictures. So you guys can actually just get a view of what's going on with a person with NMO and a person with, you know, what we go on in our body, what's going on with our body. So basically, I'm basically showing you the lining is actually disappearing. With an NMO person, our normal lining is disappearing. So basically, just, if you know, like a wire, you know how you have an electrical wire, and it's basically the inside of the electrical wire, you have another lining and you just see the wire lines. So just imagine with a normal animal person, that outside covering is inside of it is by fluid. And just imagine the outside lining is disappearing and that fluid is going lower and lower. And so when somebody comes behind us and surprise us, well, just imagine that happens. What happens is it squeezes, that outside lining squeeze, and it pinches one of those wires inside. It pinches. We don't know if it's the nerve that says, ooh. So it's that one of those wires is something that says a nerve for the body, for the leg. So that nerve towards the legs, it might stop and we get a spasm in the leg. Or if it's the wire, the electrical wire for the arms, so that wire, those arms get stuck and get spasm. So basically, sometimes it's not good for a person who has NMO to get surprised behind it. Like somebody comes behind us and surprise us. Sometimes that's not a good thing. Okay, basically, don't go behind someone that has NMO and try to surprise them, because that nerve might get shocked. Okay, so that's not a good thing. To go behind someone that has NMO or do anything surprising, or even if a person with NMO gets a fall, it's not a good thing. The next thing is Rituxan. The real name is rituximab, but we just call it Rituxan for short. That's one of the treatment that we do. There's other ones. For some people, Rituxan doesn't work. So for some people, they have like a pill. But for me, after I did plasmapheresis, the second one I had done was Cytoxan, which is another version of Rituxan, but that one didn't work for me either. So I had to do rituximab, which is Rituxan, and Cytoxan did not work for me at all. I was getting relapses as well, which means my vision was just getting worse. But that's what I mean by it wasn't working. I was still getting relapses, and I was still getting pain and spasms and everything, and it just did not work over time. So I ended up getting Rituxan, and that ended up working for me. The relapses starting to calm down, but by that time my vision had gotten worse. For some people, they're blind in one eye, but for me, it's both of my eyes are affected. So for me, I am legally blind in both of my eyes. But if you meet me, you couldn't tell. I'm not that person who you can tell I'm legally blind in both of my eyes. And as you can read it, you can see what rituximab is. Okay. So there you go. You can read it and see what rituximab is. And I did it as you can remember, I did it for my cousin and my kids. And another thing with rituximab is, for some people, you'd be surprised, the cancer patients do Rituxan. And you know who else does Rituxan too? MS. Because a few years ago, when I had just started getting Rituxan, I had NMO for about 10 years now. And since I've been doing rituximab for 10 years now, 2 years before I was diagnosed, it was called Devick's disease. Before that, about 2 years or 3 years before that, it was called MS. And MS people, they do this as well, but they do it once a week. They do it once a week, or they do it every day, every week. And the same thing with MS. MS people, they go blind as well, but the only thing with the difference is they get their vision back, and sometimes they lose their mobility, but they get their mobility back. That's the difference with MS and NMO. Once you lose your vision, you will get it back, but not 100%. Only in one eye you get your vision back. The difference with NMO, some people do lose mobility, or they get a side effect in their mobility. And your spine do kind of get an effect. Like me, I have a side effect from mine with my spine. My C3 spine is affected with my NMO. Okay. Now the next thing is NMO and lupus. These are the same thing that they share, and then these are the differences with NMO and lupus. So these are the lupus and NMO differences, and then these are the same thing with NMO and lupus. So you guys can read that. And this is NMO and MS, which I went ahead and told you. These are the same thing that they share, and these are their differences. And that's it. And once again, I said I did this video for my cousin and my kids. So thank you guys so much. And once again, my name is Tanisha, and I hope I helped you guys to understand a little bit about NMO, lupus, and MS a little bit. Thank you. Bye.
Ricky C ready. Denise Starity she ready. Hey. Don't you take my vibes away. Don't you break